Divorce in Florida just got cheaper, and there is no permanent alimony in Florida any longer.
Breaking news out of the White House today. President Trump signed an executive order in which men who get divorced from their wives will not automatically lose half of their stuff. In fact, they could actually retain up to 95% of their possessions and not have to pay alimony.
No-fault divorce is on the chopping block now.
I recently had a client come in for divorce because Donald Trump won the election. Him and his spouse could not agree on politics, and they were so divided. Well, guess what? Their politics divided them, and now they're dividing their assets.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage. If you are single right now, it's because you want to be attracted to your partner, and that is just not realistic. I don't know how many times women on this app are going to have to say it. Find an ugly ass man and marry him.
Let me translate what she's saying. If you are an unattractive guy, you're husband material, right? You're not a player. You're not a guy who can get a lot of women. You have no choice but to be faithful, right? You see her and you're going to worship her and pedestalize her. That's what basically most husbands do, right? They think that she's the prize, that she's the diamond in the rough, that she needs to be wined and dined and given all these different things. This is why if a woman sees you as husband material, it's almost like a slap in the face, because it's like somewhere, some shape, form, or fashion, she doesn't find me all that appealing. I'm no threat, right, to leave her. You don't really have the capability of cheating on her because she views you as ugly. She knows you're the safe guy.
Find an ugly ass man and marry him.
So apparently Donald Trump is going to change the divorce law in the United States, and here's what he had to say about it.
Donald Trump just changed the U.S. divorce law, the end of the 50-50 asset split for divorced couples. Since the beginning of his term, Donald Trump has implemented drastic reforms. One of the most controversial changes he is considering concerns divorce laws, which he believes are unfair to men in the country. Trump has stated that he wants to revise the current legislation, arguing that it allows women to become wealthy after a divorce simply because they married a rich man. Just because you married a wealthy man doesn't mean you should walk away with half of his fortune.
I'm still trying to figure out why you guys are still getting married in the current legal system. Right? Women are not in love, they're in business, right? We love women unconditionally. We think that, okay, I get on one knee, I walk down the aisle, this woman is going to be mine forever. Women have ulterior motives. They're there because you can give her a better life. It's just that simple. There's no such thing as love with women. They want you to buy stuff. They want you to give them a good life. And as soon as they are not happy or they just want to move on, they just leave you. I've seen plenty of videos where women are like, he was a good guy. He was a perfect guy. He was an awesome man. But I'm just at a different phase of my life. I just want to do something else. I'm not happy. And you're like, what the heck? As a husband, you do all this stuff. You're a good father. She still leaves you and takes your assets.
Become a rich woman after the divorce, Trump declared. The president believes that divorces in the United States have turned into a profitable business for women, and it's time to put an end to it. According to his new proposal, if a woman needs financial support after a divorce, her ex-husband will be allowed to lend her up to $100,000, as long as she can prove she genuinely needs it. For Trump, this sum may seem insignificant for a wealthy man, but it should be enough for his ex-wife, since she did not earn that money herself. If I have a fortune of $50 million, I'm not going to give away $25 million after a divorce, he insisted. It's my money, I worked hard for it. It doesn't matter if we were married for 6 years or 25, or even if we have kids. If the woman can't afford to raise them, she should leave them with me, he added. He also emphasized that marrying a successful person should not mean automatically gaining access to a large portion of their wealth after.
I always think about that. You know, if you guys got kids and she wants child support, why aren't they going with the father? Right? Why do you need my money to take care of the kids? Why can't I just take care of it myself? Right? It's a sick, twisted business, man. Where they're literally trying to scam fathers and take money from them. It's sad. Like if you're a man, when you step into court, you know it's an uphill battle.
After a breakup, these statements have sparked intense national debate between family law attorneys and women's rights groups. What do you think about it?
So apparently my wife is like leaving me. I just found out on TikTok. Just because I voted for Trump.
Just imagine that. Just because you vote for somebody, oh, I'm going to leave you. Right? These women, they want you to vote for either the woman or Democrat for the most part, because that means that the left, they're going to, put women above everything, right? Women above everything. They're going to empower them. They're going to, give them monies, resources, create new laws. They're going to advance women, as opposed to men. They're not going to really do that. They don't really care about men on the left.
I'm done.
70% of divorces are initiated by women. And as a divorce lawyer, I can tell you that women are not divorcing men because they're bored or ungrateful.
That's not true. We'd all know women divorce dudes because they just feel like it. See, when the courts incentivize women, when they give them alimony, child support, assets, the house, of course women are going to be like, man, I'm going to take that deal. I'm going to take as much as I can. I'm going to make you look like the bad person. I'm going to falsely accuse you of stuff in court. And then after that, I'm going to go on and go in the streets. I'm going to go date. I'm going to do whatever I want. It's a sick business, man. If you're a man and you still get married, man, listen, you a fool.
They're divorcing because they're tired of doing everything.
Is Trump changing the way that property division happens in divorce? The rumor I have heard going around is that Trump is going to change the law so that the spouse who earned the money that purchased an asset would keep that asset in divorce. So that means that a low earning spouse or a stay-at-home spouse would walk away with significantly less.
I was just walking down the street to go get my medication because I'm out and I need it for today. And I saw a woman walking her 2 kids and she had this look on her face. And I looked at her, we made eye contact, and we both kind of nodded. Like we were both just devastated. And you could just tell in her eyes.
Do you think after a divorce, it's fair to have a 50-50 split of assets?
Fuck no. That is ridiculous to me. Like, no.
Oh, I saw some eyebrows. I'm looking forward to these explanations.
I think what you bring into the marriage is what you should leave with. I think a prenuptial agreement should just always be a mandatory thing that you do.
Look how she's looking. Because she's like, I ain't in agreement with that. I want that money. I want those cash and prizes. Forget a prenup.
Because like, how are you going to explain, say a guy and his family have like had a family owned business and then he marries some girl and then they've got to halve that? I think that's ridiculous. I think you need to, unless that girl wants to like be a more submissive partner, but if most women aren't these days.
I can't do this anymore. I'm literally sick. I'm literally sick to my stomach. What has happened to America? What has happened to democracy? What has happened to freedom? I'm done.
Hi guys, I'm Kat. Have you guys heard about the new divorce law by President Trump? So if you are in the middle of divorce battle right now, you may want to hear this. Trump says, just because you get married to a rich man doesn't mean you have to get half of his wealth and end up rich after divorce. It's very interesting. I saw George Lopez post this. He said he lost like half of his wealth during the divorce. And divorce.
What's crazy is the judge will have you pay for her legal fees, like all type of stuff. They will make you look like this terrible person. They'll break you down. They pretty much emasculate you in court, separate you from your kids, and then you have to climb up and try and basically, it's sad, man. Listen, I don't know what's worse, being in court or being in hell. It almost seems like hell is a better place.
Divorce has become a very lucrative business for women in the United States, according to President Trump. He said he's gonna put an end to it. If a woman marries a rich man, it doesn't mean she gets to live as a rich woman after divorce.
We have literally lost the plot. We have lost the plot.
Why are they breaking down? The caption says Trump has won. It's always the chicks that got the full sleeve tattoos, colored hair, septum piercing, bangs, severely overweight. Like, it's always those chicks that are breaking down. Crazy.
I just woke back up. What the f is going on? America, y'all dead ass.
Today, this country has proven to us that they hate women. And I fear that things are not going to get better. This is not moving in the direction of things becoming better. Trying to stay calm today. Woke up this morning. Decided that we were wearing all black today because it is the death of the country as we know it.
you.